Hello. So today I want to talk to you about vitamin D. Vitamin D has a lot of uses. It's important for your bones, your muscle, your calcium and phosphate metabolism, and also for your immune system. So a good vitamin D level is going to protect you from COVID. It's going to help your mood. People with depression tend to have a lower vitamin D level. And also there are certain kinds of cancer that are more common in people who have a low vitamin D level. Those would be prostate, breast, and colon cancers. So obviously vitamin D is very important. So where do we get vitamin D from? Well, in terms of food, there's not much that you can get from your food. Salmon, shrimp, egg yolk have some vitamin D. Most of the vitamin D that you get from food is fortified foods, which means they put the vitamin D in there. It doesn't come with the food. I always say the vitamin D doesn't come with the cows, but they put it in the milk. Okay, so there are two types of vitamin D, main types, D2 and D3. Everyone says, what's the difference? It's not a big deal, but D3 tends to be more potent and to last a little bit longer. How can you tell that you have enough vitamin D? Well, ideally you would do a blood level, and your blood level of vitamin D should be the same as your age if you're over 32. If it gets to be above 150, then you're what we call toxic. You have too much. Usually the maintenance dose of vitamin D is 2,000 units a day. But if your vitamin D is low, then obviously you have to take more. So people say, well, why can't I just go and bake myself in the sun, because they call it a sunshine vitamin. And it is a sunshine vitamin, but the problem is, number one, you may not stay out in the sun long enough. The average Caucasian would need to spend 2.5 hours a day in the sun. Number two, you should be wearing sunblock, which also blocks your ability to make vitamin D. And number three, the darker your skin tone, the less vitamin D you make. So basically, you have to take vitamin D if you want to have enough vitamin D, particularly in this hemisphere. So how do you take vitamin D? Well, it's really important that you understand that vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. And so if you just take it with salad and a cup of water, you're not going to absorb it. So if you want to take it as a capsule, you have to take it with food that has fat in it. Otherwise, you will not absorb it. Or you can take the vitamin D as drops, which you drop on your tongue. And I've told you that you're going to take on average between 2,000 and 4,000 units of vitamin D per day. In the days of COVID, this is very, very important. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Please watch my video on vitamin B12 and other videos on anti-aging. Thank you.